Right. Good evening, everyone. Here we go. It's Western Upgraded Division, and welcome to Sprint Evening. So it is warm welcome. Cold welcome, really. Not hard thing. But a warm welcome from Belgium as the sun is shining. And we're currently on board, or we were on board with Josh in the Mercedes. So welcome to Sprint Wednesday. It's a short quali. Followed by the sprint race, which will determine the grid for the main race, the 50% race just after this. And hopefully by then Zero to Cool would have joined me, so I'm not all alone here. But welcome everyone to, and I see Gatur Levy is already out of the session. I'm not sure what happened there. Looks like a house. And I just want to see, yeah, we're not going to get anyone to follow him around. To see where he actually knocked it off, but that's him out of the session. So one driver gone and another 3 to go, 2 to go. Yeah, 2 to go, and that will then give the grid for the sprint race, which just follows after that. And a first knock there for Bob with a 1:41.7. Dan Fergie currently on the lap as well. So he is in the McLaren, so we'll see how he mitigates at the last part of the track as we come to cross the chicane. That's really handy from him. Nice on the top of the a bit of overrating, but that's just the game. And Dean goes second with a 1:42.796. A lot of guys out on track at the moment. It is Distinct Diki, so starting a lap now. And then Ime, who is in Aston Martin, and he's going to finish his lap off. And let's see where the first punch from Ime is going to be, and that puts Ime in second with 1:42.445. That's just replaced, as I say that, by his teammate Zardi with a 1:42.365. So low 1:42s at the moment with Josh with the 1:41. Let's just see where Shakes is currently. He's in the Alfa Romeo. He's just going up. Exit of a Rouge. I just want to see where Distinct DQ. Arno follows. Let's follow Arno around. He had a horrible week last week with the glitch, so hopefully everything is sorted this week. So formation lap is on. So hopefully everyone will park in the right way. Can't switch it off now, unfortunately, so let's see how that goes. But yeah, he is in Red Bull. He needs to score some points. Nick Gishin has been outscoring him in most of the races this season, and the lead point scorer for the Red Bull team. So he needs to start contributing from his side to make sure that the Red Bull team get up the closer personal with the Mercedes, which is leading the constructors at the moment. That's Purple Sector 2. As I say that, he's been listening. Guys still stuck in the pit. Super D, Tillman, Smirch, and Nick Gishin is on an outlap now. And Royal Vikings is on the pits. Couture Levy we missed, unfortunately. And Shane is currently on outlap. But let's just see where this is going to leave Arno, the two Aston Martins, second and third at the moment. The good lap there by Distinct Diki. Where's this going to put Arno? And that's going to be a 1:42.653. That's good enough for fifth at the moment. And as I say that, he just gets bumped down to sixth. With Shakes popping into second with a 1:42.099. And the next guy across the line would be Shane. Let's see where this is going to drop Shane. That's good enough for 8th at the moment with a 1:42.8. A couple of guys on outlaps. Poinky's currently in 10th after he's had a good stint. A third in Hungary and then second in Belgium. No, sorry, it was fourth in Hungary, third in Belgium. Nonsense, it was fourth in Spain, and then third in Hungary. And if it keeps on going like this, that might be second tonight. If we follow the rule of thumb. That's good for him. Nick Gishin, let's just see if he is on track. Yeah, he's an outlap. So he's just warming his tires. Let's have a look at YouTube, just making sure that everything from my side is good. And Jason saying let's go. Jason saying here we go. New word of the day. Oh my word. I'm just not going to get involved in this. Not again. So I'm just going to put my phone down there. I don't want to hear anything from him or Panda. Luckily, Panda can't comment. Panda is currently in ninth. So yeah, let me take you around a lap with Nikishin in the Red Bull. Currently our World Championship leader as he comes off a Rouge. Let's see, that is flat out for him in quali. He's going to hit his second or first DRS really for the lap. As he hits off fast Spa, yeah. Let's go for sector 1 for him. Stays on fourth. And his car looks nice and stable. But up a little bit of the corner there, which is great. The car well balanced. Hard braking downhill, a right-hander. Just going to power nice and early. And you don't want to run too wide here because that will invalidate it for you. So he's going to hang it up, nice and wide. Knock it in into 7th. Yeah, there we go. Hugs it on the outside, then hug it on the inside again. In this corner, you need to get good braking so he does that well. So he's away from the curves there. Runs a little bit wide, but that's all good and love and war. Stays on fourth and then gets on the throttle at as well. And yeah, you want to stay as close as possible. Right, a little bit of traffic on the left hand side, but nothing to worry about. It's space left at this stage. Then you can sit back, you can have a cup of coffee while you go through the section. Don't get too wide, that invalidates the lap, and then hard braking into the chicane here. So you can see it takes it nice and wide, gives it maximum exit, and it gets the power on nicely here. There we go, that is the first knock beneficiation, and that is good for number 2. That is a 1:41.999. Lost a bit of time in sector 3 to above, but in essence a great lap from Nick. Super D is on a lap as well, so let's stick with the Haas driver. As I look for my glasses, there we go. Super D currently in sector 2, so let's see how he goes about. So yeah, if you just join us, remember this is a short quali, not a full quali. There's 18 minutes left. So 2 runs. The guys must be very careful how they pick their tyres because they've got a sprint just after this. And then the main event, which is the 50% race. And of course, the sprint determining the grid for the main race. This looks well planted from Super D. And yeah, let's see what he can do. Getting nice out of the way. That is a purple sector 2 for a brief moment. And once again, run it slightly wide, let the steering do all the work for you. And then a really hard braking turn, you can make up enormous amount of time if you get this right, which Super D really nice change of direction by the Haas. And if you get to the DRS over the wire, and that is good enough for second, the 1:41.848, my word. So 3 people into the 1:41. The Shakes just knocking on the door there. I can't really see who's on outlap, so Imi is on another lap. Let's just see where Imi is in terms of sector 2, if he's improved. He might just want to go have 3 runs in the session if he has got the time. He's half a tenth up, so that will take Imi very close to the 1:41s, and Bob goes even faster with a 1:41.399. That is a mega lap by the Mercedes driver. But all focus on Imi at the moment, and to see where he can put his Aston Martin. So mixed results for Aston Martin, both teammates scoring decent points in different races. And let's see where this is going to bring Imi. See if he's lost. Yeah, that's good enough for 4th, so just misses out on the 1:41 club, but that's good enough for 4th at the moment. Very close between 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th at the moment. So we know Shakes has got a lot of quali pace on him. So let's see what Shakes can get up to. A lot of guys on lap. Let's just go further bit down. So Smirch Django, he is on a lap. Doesn't look like it, no. So he's backed out of it. Cyber goes P7 in the LP. So good lap by him. Just want to see where Wezo is. He's 17th up almost. And a purple sector 2 for him. So let's see if we can get into the low 42s or mid 42s for that lap. Currently 17th, yeah, that will be mid 143s, but I think there's plenty of time more to gain for him in sector 3. So let's see what the Alpha or Tauri driver can get up to. Is this going to be enough? Good enough for a top 10 for Wezo? No, it's not. And yeah, disappointing sector 3 there for him. That puts him into P15 for now. Boinkies in the pits. Dormant kills. Is basically a square with his lap time in sector 2. Okay, so everyone's saying I'm soft. I'm not a softie in life. But let's just get that going quickly. Right, so hopefully that sorted out my sound. So let me know if that's slightly better. But yeah, currently it is Bob on a 1:41.399, leading the pack. So that will be a pole for the sprint, with Shakes in second, Super D in third, and Nikishin in fourth, and Imi in fifth. Arno splitting the two Aston Martin. Storman Kills a little bit down on his lap time. Let's just see who's out on laps. Arno is on a lap. No, he's not really. Shakes, I think he is done. Let's just have a look and see where Arno is in sector 2. And then we can see if he's up or down, so we can jump through the camera views and find someone who is also a little bit down. A freaky deaky, that's what I call him, a distinct deaky in the Williams. So let's see how he's going to end his lap off. Currently he's in P10, and wondering if he can get himself a little bit further up the field. Improves on his time, and definitely pops himself up into 7th with a 1:42.218. There's just about 3 minutes left. Torman Kills, he's not improving at the moment. Outlaps for Shane, Boinkies, and Nikishin. So we'll have a look at that. So Jason, I don't even know how to pronounce that word. So I'm scared I'm gonna say maggot. So let's not go there. Right, so not sure who Peace is, but peace, brother. All pun intended. So yeah, so just over 2 minutes left. Don't think Bob's going to go out. I think he's quite comfortable with that. I don't think he wants to burn any more rubber than what he would have liked to. And the same with Shakes, as Dormant Kills comes back into the pits. Well, Viking basically square with his time at the moment. 2:10s maybe down on his lap time. No movement in the pits really. Let's just see Nikishin if he's gonna. Yeah, he is on a lap. So let's see. Nick has got a green sector 1, so that means a personal improvement for him in the Red Bull. And it's going to be all about sector 2. So Nikishin does need a 10th or 2, maybe 1.5 tenths to get him up into the second row of the grid. So let's see if he can manage that. Had a really good race last week. Get onto the podium with Bob as well as with Boinkies. So let's have a look at the sector 2 time for the Red Bull driver. And he's very close to his time, so not a 10th up, so that will not be enough to jump Super D for now, unless he's got a mega sector 3. So we'll have a look at that. And there's some questions around where's Josh. I think he's got load shedding, so he might just join a little bit later. But at the moment, as Dormant Kills retires in the pits, I think. Yeah, no yellows around. So let's see where next is going to bring Nick. Is this going to be good enough for a second row for Nick? Yes, it is. Made up a huge chunk of time into sector 3. And that's good enough for a 1:41.767, which places him in provisional P2. There's 50 seconds left. Imi is on a lap, so we're going to jump around a little bit. Imi at the moment, Super D is on an outlap. Not sure if he's going to make it, but Imi is basically square with his sector 1 time. And yeah, let's see if the Aston Martin driver can get himself up onto the second row. The Shake's a bit premature. They're probably deciding to retire in the pits and thinking he was safe for P2. He's moved down to P3, and probably a bit of trouble here with Imi, Arno, and Zadi. We know Zadi can pull a real a box of tricks out if he can. So let's just have a look at Emmy's sector 2 times as the guys are going to start. Did he back out of that? Yes, he did. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's got impeded on that lap, but that is Emmy done, or if he's had a moment. So we'll see if that will become a stewards issue. But Emmy is done with quali. Shane is 7/10. No. No. That is Shane also done for the session, so he's going to take the checkered flag. And then Arno, let's just see where Arno is. Arno, 10th and a half down on his time. As we see the checkered flag start falling for Royal Viking. And let's have a look. There is so many drivers on track at the moment. It's difficult to follow all of them. But as Distinct Deaky crosses the line in provisional P8, let's just have a look and see in Sector 2 if Arno is improving or not. And Arno needs really a limited amount of time really to get him up ahead of Zardi. So let's look at, yeah, he's almost a 10th up. So if he can keep this going, he might just jump Shane in P6. Shake's now down to 4th with Super D improving with a 1:41.647. That places Nick onto the second row. So let's see where the Red Bull driver is going to put himself on a Chaz. And Bob yet again faster, 1:41.203. My word, that is fast. So let's see, Arno, where's this going to go? Great lap by Arno to put him into 5th, a 1:41.955 as he hits the checkered flag. Shane's not going to improve, we saw that earlier. And I think that's your qualifying done for the sprint. So it looks like it's going to be Bob on provisional pole. And with him on the second row is going to be Super D, followed by Nick, Shakes and Arno. And guys at the back of the field, Ketua Levy with that unfortunate crash of his. Wezo, disappointing 7th for him, same as Boinkies in 16th. And then we've got Royal Viking, Torment and Dean Fergie down in 13th, 14th respectively. Right, I'm going to wait for the drivers just to finish off their laps and for the timer to count out. And then I will be back with your grid formation for the sprint, followed by the main event. Right, just confirmation for your grid for the sprint race. It's Bob on pole, followed by Super D, and then you've got Nick and Shakes occupying row 2. Arno and Emmy in row 3, with Shane and Zardi in row 4. Distinct Deaky, Sergeant Panda rounding up your top 10. And then outside of your top 10 is Cyber Smirch, Dean Fergie, with Tormund Kills in 15th. And then lower down the field, you've got Royal Viking, Boinkies, Wezo, and Ketua Levy. Right, so stick with us as we prepare for the sprint shootout. It's going to be, I think, 8 laps on the sprint, or 8 or 10 laps, I'm not sure. We'll check that out. And that will determine the grid for the main race just after that. So just stick with us, and we will. I will be back shortly. Alright, so as the guys are in the formation lap heating up their tyres, we've got Bob on a pole with Super D next to him. Only 3 guys on the soft so far. It's Super D, Shakes and Couture Levy. The rest all on the mediums. That could be a strategic decision by the guys, or it is just purely based on the tyre strategy that they picked. So yeah, interesting for Super D and Shakes. We'll see how rapid they are in the beginning. 8 laps of a sprint race waiting for you here in Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, and then straight after that this will form the grid. Obviously full points available as per sprint race classification or points classification. Straight after this will determine the grid for the main race, which is the 50% race here in Belgium, which is part of our first season of sprint races, and I must say it's fun. Hopefully Zero to Cool will join me a little bit later. So I don't have to sit alone, so he should be around just after 8. As the guys line up, I don't see anyone being disqualified so far. I think Arno is very careful of where he parks his car tonight. The rest of the guys all, it's actually a pretty cool thing. If you if you miss your parking, you're in trouble. But according to me, according to Codemasters on the forum, they fixed it. So hopefully that is sorted. Everyone seems to be Cyberjar disqualified from the session, so let's see if there's an issue for him. So is Smirch Django. Right, so it's a couple of lights. We're going to try to find, let's have a look and see if we follow Emmy around as we wait for the lights to go green. And we are green, virtual safety car. No, you're kidding me. I can't really see if anyone is going slowly and if anyone was disqualified. Everything seems to be okay at the moment. With Wezo all the way at the back, let's just have a look at this virtual safety car and see how long this is going to hang out for. A lobby restart at this stage. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the 10 o'clock cut-off time for the race. So let's see, it is a clear track at the moment. Oh, as I say that, Dean Fergie crashes out and just causes another yellow. So we went from a weird yellow to a full-on yellow with Dean Fergie in the McLaren, and he's out. So no safety car yet. That is good news for us. I don't see a safety car. It's green, but it is Super D in front at the moment, with Nick in second and Josh in third, followed closely by Shakes. So a good start there by the soft runner in terms of Super D. Shakes holding stage position at fourth. With Couture Levy still in 16th, so it's only 8 laps here. No tyre strategy. You don't have to change tyres if you don't want to. But yeah, we'll have a look at Nick and see how he can go with these softs. You expect him to drop off quite quickly around about lap 5-6, depending if that's a worn set of softs or a brand new set of softs. But let's see, as Bob gets very close to Nick. Very aggressive driving here by both these drivers. And it is Nick leading the championship, followed by Josh, followed by Bob. So everything to play for these two drivers. DRS will only be enabled on the next lap. But it is Super D that leads by almost a second from Nick. And if you are out of DRS here, and you have someone behind you on DRS, you're in big trouble. Because you will just be a sitting duck. And here we go. Let's see if Bob can do the move through Eau Rouge as he comes up the hill very close to the Red Bull, and yeah, without any DRS, he uses a bit of his energy in recovery. Let's just stick with Nick and see how this pans out. So both of them, yeah, Nick heals, and that's a position, a good move there by Bob, getting himself up into second position. Nick in third, Shakes followed close in third, or in fourth. Emmy is slightly a bit down on Shakes, currently in fifth, but he is on the medium tyres and very close racing. As I see further down the field, it's Couture Levy, I think, that's made up a position. Wezo has also overtaken Royal Viking, who is ghosting at the moment, so he's obviously lost connection. But it is Boinkies in 15th, Wezo in 16th now, and Couture Levy not getting the best of starts on those soft tyres in the Haas. He's currently in 14th position. Closest at the moment, let me just go through this. It looks like Arno getting very close to Shane. So let's get on board with Arno. He's also followed closely by the Aston Martin driver Zadi. Aston Martin 5th and 8th at the moment. And yeah, a good job there by Bob and Nikish staying within the DRS. Yeah, so we might see a bit of a DRS train forming here. And let's see where Arno's gonna hang this out on the outside. Is he gonna do the cutback? No, he's not. He's just gonna go ooh, bit of no harm, no foul there. Good driving by both drivers. So Arno, just make sure the chain's aware that he is there. And yeah, Arno needs a good result here. I think very frustrated after last week. So if he can get a good result tonight, that would be awesome. So DRS is enabled. So let's see where the guys are. Shakes follows Nick at this stage. Nick a little bit further down, further behind Bob. So Nick might be in a bit of trouble. 3-second time penalty for Cyber for multiple warnings. So only on lap 3, he's validated 3 times already. And this is good racing. Emi Alonso a further second behind. Didn't get DRS on that occasion. Shane still followed by Arno. And yeah, Shake's looking very racy on those soft tyres at the stage. 3 laps out of 8 already done, so this goes by very quickly. And at this stage it will be Super D who gets pole for the main event, followed by Bob and Nick. But yeah, still 5 laps to go. Anything can happen in 5 laps. There is a yellow, and that looks like, is that Panda? Yeah, Panda, big moment, and keeps it nicely away from the guys. Gets back on track, and yeah, ooh, and that was, I'm not sure if that was a coming together. He's going to go past Cyber at the moment, so not sure if there's a coming together. Let's see if there's any damage on the Ferrari. It doesn't look like it. Let's have a look at, I'm not going to have a look at that camera view. Yeah, there might be no nose cone here for Cyber chart. So let's just see. All in place for the Alpine driver, so all good for him. Everyone holding stations, and Shake's getting a very racy. Nick Gishin caught up a lot with Bob, and so did Bob towards Super D. So is this the softs falling off slightly for Super D? Did he punish them too much in the first couple of laps? And here we go through Eau Rouge with Shakes following Nick Gishin. He's going to get DRS now. He looks very close. There we go. A good exit there by him on those softs. Just a bit more grip than what Anello. Nick's coming back at him. Nick's going to hold the inside line. And great racing by these two drivers. And there we go. Is he going to have a look on the inside? Got good traction out there. Thinks better of it. Just hangs it out on the inside. Halfway through the sprint race. So good driving there by Shakes. And they got Shane a little bit further down behind. Arno dropped slightly back from Shane. Now he was quite close to him at a stage. And that's of course creepy or distinct Tiki and Zari. Closing the gap towards Arno, so he's a bit where he put pressure under Shane at this stage. He's under pressure from Distinct and from Zari for now. But it looks like the top 4 is really close to each other. So Super D not pulling as much away as he would have liked, and Bob really following him around. And you can see that the guys have been using a lot of the engine recovery. And yeah, when do you expect these softs to drop off? As we see further down there, it's a move. Let's just get on board with Nick to see how this move pans out. Yeah, so Super D still holding the lead here from Bob. Oh, that's a touch from Nick onto Bob. So not sure what the steward was going to think about that one, but I'm not sure there was any damage. And a bit of sliding there from the Red Bull, so this is going to bring Shakes into play. He's got a mega exit from Eau Rouge. Is this going to be a double overtake? Yo, that's going to be a double overtake there by him. Is it? Oh my word, what an overtake by Shakes. Both of them, Nick Gishin and Bob, as they come up Eau Rouge. And they were battling each other. He just went past them. So Nick's going to hang it out on the inside with Bob. No space really to do it around their corner with no name. Runs wide, gets off the throttle there slightly, and Hanku is here, but I can't hear him, so hello.
Hello.
There we go, that's much better. So, big moment from Nick. No. big moment for the Red Bull driver as he loses it, and that was second, third for him, and all the way down into 11. So that's not going to help him too much on the main event starting. So those tires are cooked right now because of that spin. He's going to have to watch out for temperatures as Boinky's also come past. But yeah, it's a weird one at the moment. Super D shakes and Bob with Shane in fourth. So big moment there. Hello Hanku, welcome to the sprint. This has been exciting.
Hey, have a look. Nice being back again.
Yeah,
nice
thanks
to
for
have
helping.
Power again.
Yeah, thanks for helping me out tonight. This is I'm dog tired, and it's great to have some company.
It would be great. Can I just have an invite there so I can see?
I sent you 7 million, but anyway, I'll send you 7,000,001.
If anything.
Yeah, your wish. PlayStation. Morsach. Right. There we go. Invite sent. Right, let's get back to the action. It is Super D from Shakes, from Bob. Someone's falling down the order. I'm not sure who that was. I think that was Zardi. No, it's all good. Distinct Deaky. Wow, a 5th place for him in the Williams. What a drive by him. There's only 2 laps left. The 2 soft runners still in front, Super D and Shakes, managing to hold on to those softs. And after that sprint from Nick, he's now in P12. There's going to be no points for the sprint for him. And still the Aston Martin of Zardi in 6th, with Imi in 14th. Disappointing sprint for him, as Tormund kills us all over the back of Arno. Yeah, I just want to see what is the closest battle for us at the moment. That's probably the one, Tormund versus Arno. Further down the field, let's just have a look. Nick is still in 12th, Wezo in 13th, and then further back it's Imi. We've lost Dean Fergie. I think that was on lap 1. It was a weird start, Hanku. We just started and we had a virtual safety car for nothing.
Aye.
And then when the virtual safety car disappeared, it was Dean Fergie who planted his McLaren in one of the sponsor boards. So, yeah, that was exciting.
Yeah, cold tire is very easy to lose the car. And Spa is such a great track. Such an iconic track. So I haven't been here, I haven't seen any of the stream yet. So I don't know what Everlake has covered yet tonight.
Well, I've covered hopefully everything.
Shakes here in front with Bob Wright on their tail as well.
Yeah, Zardi also getting very close to Deaky, so he probably had an opportunity coming into the bus stop chicane. Obviously didn't take it, but I think he's going to line him up through Aru. So let's get on board with the Aston Martin driver here. He doesn't have a lot of engine recovery, so he's going to have to rely solely on his ERS, on his DRS here. That's not going to be enough, is it? Let's just have a sideways look. Yeah, no it is. So he gets past Distinct Deaky, and that puts him up into 5th. And he's behind Shane at the moment. So yeah, like you said earlier, Shake's getting close to Super D. Bob getting close to them. Nick Gishan was part of that chair, but I think it was through... I can't remember which corner it was. But slightly ran wide. I think it's this one here. Slightly ran wide, couldn't recover the cover, hit the curb, bottomed out and spun out. And like I said earlier, he's stuck in 12th at the moment, which is going to be starting from the back of the grid. His teammate Arno Gijs, good race for him so far, in 8th, chasing after Tormund kills. I think Tormund just got past him, by the way. So, yeah.
Currently, right on Arno's gearboxes, Smuts Django really sitting on top of him.
Yeah, so we had a couple of guys, so 3 guys on the softs, which was Super D, Shakes and Gatua Levy, obviously. Super D and Shakes got the most out of them, and there's only 1 lap to go, so I think they managed their tires really well. As Shakes really, he's looking on the outside into the bus stop chicane. Is he going to do the Kataroo? No, he thinks better of it. So 1 lap to go for these 2 drivers.
Bob going on the inside, Bob going on the outside. I mean, it just doesn't have the pace. Ooh, had a little look down the inside there.
Yeah, he did just make him aware. So this is going to, let's stick with these 3. I'm going to stick on board here with Bob because this is going to be exciting. So probably Shake's looking really pretty here in terms of his boost. Oh, you can see already the car sliding around on those softs. If he can get this move done, I think that's the race win for him. Is he going to get past Super D?
Double overtake. Is this going to be a double overtake? Ooh.
Ooh.
Bob having no space or anywhere to go.
Yeah, he had to back out of that because he wasn't sure with Super D which way is he going to go. But tell you what a mega overtake. Shakes earlier overtook 2 cars through Eau Rouge, which was absolutely awesome. And
Smith Django also getting past Arno Ghost just a little bit back.
Oh wow.
So these two also fighting very hard.
There we go. This is about half the lap gone here in Spa-Francorchamps. And yeah, Shakes made the move there. Smash Django getting a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help much with the overtake that he did on Arno, because he's just going to have to give that position back again, unfortunately, on times. Let's just look at the penalties that needs to be served will be served in the main race, carried over from last week in Hungary. Josh not here tonight, so he's not taking part in this race tonight. So all the more for Bob. I think it's for Imi and for Nick, but Nick currently out of the points. Imi also out of the points, and Bob in third. So yeah, this is good going as we're going to cross the start-finish line. Now it is going to be Shakes who wins the sprint. Here we go with Super D in second, Bob in third. Shane's going to take fourth. Yes, he is. Distinct Deke crosses the line in fifth. Zardi in sixth.
They got jumped. Distinct Deke had a 3-second time penalty.
There
so
we
he
go.
fell back a position. Zardi got promoted into fifth. Torment in seventh. Arno promoted into eighth due to switch. Django's 3-second penalty on that last lap. Patu Lebi in 10th. Boinki's in 11th. Nick Gishin, unfortunate for him, in 12th. See a lot of movement from him during this race, hopefully. DRS Wesso in 13th. Cyber Jard also with a 9-second penalty. That will take him 2 places back into 16th.
Yep, so it was a very strange sprint race. Nikishin out of the points tonight in the sprint, so he's not going to score any points, which is... I know there's not a lot of points up for grabs in the sprint, but yeah, that could have helped him getting a bit clear of Josh, but now he's under pressure from Bob in the championship, and this is round 5. So after this, we are halfway through the season. So Shakes will take the full 8 points for the sprint, and Arno Gous will score 1 point for the Red Bull team in 8th, which is a good drive from him. But yeah, great drive by Shane, and an awesome drive, just to mention out there, to Distinct Deke. He's getting his second race for FTR, and a good race. But I tell you what, best overtakes for the sprint was definitely Shakes, with his 2-car overtake in Eau Rouge, and then the final overtake on Super D to win the race. So well planned and well managed by him. So yeah, I'm going to take a short break because this has been exciting. And yeah, Hanku, you can take them through the formation lap, and I'll be back just now.
Cool, will do. And then you also get Torment Kills getting the driver of the sprint. I wouldn't say driver of the day. We're still continuing to the main event, the actual race. This was only to secure their positions for the starting grid of the race itself, which will be 22 laps around Spa. Just wait everybody to get their setups ready, get their tires ready, get their fuel loads ready. Get onto the formation lap. You can see probably right to the left of the screen, some cars already lined up on the grid. Just waiting for everybody to ready up and get going with the race. As we start off our formation lap, where Shakes can take us around the lap here. I'm not sure where Iron left off, or Iverlac left off with the comments on YouTube. See a lot of people happening here, a lot of support here for Shakes. Jason Enwick looking for a setup. And also some support for Cyber Jart, the GOAT.
Right, so interesting tyres around here. So we've got 3 guys on the hearts, which is Cyber, the GOAT. Not sure why he's the GOAT. Dean Fergie, which had a DNF. He is also on the hearts, and Couture Levy. And then a mixture of softs and mediums. So it Shakes on pole. On the softs, so that's probably going to be brand new softs, I'm not sure. So he might go soft mediums, trying to get through on that. Super D, well, that opens it up for him nicely. He can either go medium soft or medium hard, so at least a choice for him. Where Shakes is either going to have to go soft medium or soft hard. Shane also on the mediums, as well as Distinct, Torment. Yeah, let's just have a look further down the field. Your championship leader, Nick Gishan, horrible sprint for him. He's on the softs, so he's going to have a go at probably a soft medium stint. Had a good data collection for the sprint, so he knows how far the softs can go. It's only 22 laps, so I would suggest that if you can probably get the softs to around about lap 9-10, pit for the mediums, that will give you 12 laps on the mediums, and you should be good to go. So I think the important thing is just trying to use those softs in the beginning. Don't burn too much out of them. Get out of DRS. But Hanko, I'm not sure you want to start on pole around Belgium.
Yeah, that back straight is very heavy and so easy to burn all of your ERS on that first lap just to try and stay ahead. Best place I would say is being second or third to start off on this track. But if you got the pace, you can stay in front. I don't think pole's too bad, eh?
Yeah, it's all about turn one, and we saw this past weekend what happened to what's it, Carlos and Lando, or Oscar. Yeah, so a bit of a closing of the door, going on the inside kind of thing, and that just ruined both of them races. So it's going to be interesting to see if anyone pulls that same trick. But yeah, it is not the easiest place to recover your ERS. We saw the guys running out of ERS very quickly in the sprint. Well, yes, that is a sprint. It is a shorter distance. I am going to try to get on board with someone again. I think I'm going to follow.
Ooh, Panda was disqualified from the session.
Yeah, he should be alright. Codemasters confirmed on the forum that everything is sorted. So there's no issues anymore on the formation lap. So we had the same in the sprint.
5 lights, and away we go. Not yet.
There we go, yeah. There we go. So I'm on board currently with Zadi, so let's see how this start goes. He's on the softs as well, so Mega, ooh, don't pull a Carlos and Lando. Runs a bit wide, so he's got Torment, was a distinct Tiki next to him. But yeah, let's get further up the field. Let's have a look here as they go through Eau Rouge. A great start by Shakes though, and Super D with Bob. Shane having a mega start, so yeah, you don't want to burn too much of ERS here, rather just wait.
Stick with really trying to go for a move here on Shakes.
Oh, that was close. Let's go.
They didn't have enough.
Yeah, so Nick already up into 10th, and if I'm not mistaken, he was in 12th, so 2 positions gained there for him. He's just behind his teammate that runs wide, and that allows Smudge Django to have a little bit of breathing space. The 2 Ferraris just behind the 2 Red Bulls and Panda and Boinkies. So, and as I see already, that Emi has gone past Boinkies, so he's jumped them through there. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, Hunker, to see how far the softs can push these guys. Are they going to get, is it brand new, is it used, and can they get to lap 10?
There we go, team orders, and Red Bull already released Nick into the crowd. Nick moving up to 9th, I'm giving him the position there, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the right thing to do. Yeah, right thing to do. Good call there by the Red Bull team. I would have done the same. And the trick is for Honor now is trying to stay with his teammate. It's very difficult, maybe if you didn't have the amount of practice that your teammate has got, or if you don't have the pace that he has. But the trick is for him is now just try to stick with him. Use a bit of ERS. Try to stay in his DRS so he can pull you along. And hopefully he can pull you along towards Smirch, Torment and Distinct. But it is Shakes with a 150.0 fastest lap.
And Bob getting past Super D in the front. I don't know if that's just the softs working for them or they're just working together here, not messing up each other's races.
Yeah, I think that's probably not worried too much. I think Super D realized at this stage that the softs is going to be faster than the mediums, and it's just about managing your tires on a softs right now. So get in front, manage it. But yeah, I don't think Shakes wanted to see Bob behind him this soon, because DRS will be enabled on the next lap, and that is Diki getting past. Ooh, and Zari losing. Ooh. So let's just stick with Torment here. So this is good racing by Diki. I tell you what, a good finish in the sprint, and he's all over the guys in the main race, and he's on the mediums as well. So it's not like he's got superior grip on those softs. Zari not doing too much on the softs. He could be in a bit of time management. Maybe waiting for lap 5 before he pulls the trigger. It's all about how much you take out of those softs in the beginning of the race, and it seems to be okay for now.
So while we're going through this middle sector, I'll just go back to some comments. And Jason Enwick saying 0-0 wings, and I just want to say, nope, that's my rule. Only I can drive with 0-0 wings. Jason Enwick, we don't talk about Hungary. That will stay Hungary.
Can't believe my teammate botched a win for the team. That would have been a second win for Aston Martin this season. And what does my teammate do? 3 corners to go. He pins it. Fudge.
Yeah, but don't worry, Spa's next. No practice this whole week. I've had a crazy week behind me.
Right, so just for interest, like, oh, a big spin by Tormund Kiel. Smirch Django's jumped into the pits on those softies. Does he have a wing? I think there's going to be a wing waiting for him. Yeah,
yep.
There is.
No
so him and Tormund probably got together. I'm not sure what the damage on Tormund's car is. Is he ghosting? No, that's Royal. Apologies. And also Boinky's ghosting. No, Boinky's is not ghosting. Boinky's all good. No, he's got also no wing. So, not sure what happened there, but he's also got no wing. He's going to lose a mega amount of time. Virtual safety car.
And Tormund getting a drive-through already, just coming out the pits there, I think.
Yeah, it's a 5-second penalty on my screen. So, let's just have a look at that. But definitely that was because of the action between Smirts. I would suggest Boinky's. And probably Royal. So, yeah. This helps the softs a bit because it is a virtual safety car. So what is it? 30% of your race space. So that does help the soft guys a little bit in terms of preserving their tires. So they can maybe go a little bit longer. But yeah, that was a big collision that we unfortunately missed. And there we go. It comes through to my screen now. Tormund serving a 3-second time penalty or a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. So, that's going to put him at the back of the queue.
Yep. Just want to mention as well, Cyberjot also went into the pits earlier for a wing and a new set of boots. But are we back racing again?
Yep, DRS enabled and we're back racing. And yeah, Shane currently in 4th. He's made up some good time on Super D, so getting his Delta nice and neat. Nick Gishin still in 7th, followed by his teammate. So he's chasing Zari at the moment. So Nick and Arno on the softs, and they're following Zari quite close. But I tell you what, Diki's got a lot of pace on those mediums. They're just not catching him. He's not losing any time towards Shane at the moment. Yes, we just came out of the virtual safety car. But he looks very racy at the moment on those mediums. So
just keep an eye on these Red Bulls.
Oh, big moment for Arno. Yo, what a moment. And that's just going to line Emi up. So I'm going to get on board with Emi because I tell you what, that exit was not favorable for him. Runs a bit wide through. There we go. Arno, that is...
Ooh, that's his big spin.
360. Saves it. Well played, Arno.
And then getting past Zari in the... all of the chaos that's happening.
I don't know where to look anymore. Can I make some coffee? And that's another move. That looks like... it's Super D. Shane getting past Super D. What's going on here? Yes, it is. Ooh, close.
Feisty.
Very
close racing this.
Yeah, Shane on those mediums looking very racy at the moment. Super D also on the mediums. And Super D can follow quite closely around here, which is absolutely awesome. It just shows you the amount of front end grip of that horse because it's not the easiest track to follow around. And yeah, you can go with hardly any wings, but you're just not going to be able to follow anyone. So you better stay ahead if you've got the no wing situation around Spa. But a good driving by Shane. So yeah, and he's looking well after his engine modes. So that's him up into 3rd in the podium position spot. 2 softs runners leading the pack. And I'm still impressed by Distinct Diki in 5th. And as I say that, commentator scores 3-second time penalty.
Hey. That always happens, and Super D passing Shaney here in the bus stop chicane.
Yeah, I tell you what, Nick is having a look at this on those softs, and if he can get within DRS of these guys in front of him, he might just join this pack very quickly. He's on the softs. I'm not sure how long these softs is going to last, though. It is lap 5. We had a bit of a stint on the virtual safety car, but I've got a funny suspicion this is brand new softs for Nick. So up from 12 up into 6 already. Lift and coast a bit through our routes. That's probably to protect the tyres slightly. Hunker, he's probably got, what, another 4 laps to go on those softs, then he can drop them and get on the mediums. 12 laps on the mediums should be fine, yeah?
It's a very long track, so a lot of mileage on those softs after 9 laps. And a formation lap, so technically 9.5 laps.
Yep, there we go.
Negation also not really making any time up to Distinct Deke. We'll see what he does in the second sector, if those softs are still working for him or not. But Distinct Deke sitting in that slipstream of Super D at the moment is just helping.
Oh, and a big moment, that is for Panda again. That's the second time he's ended up on the wall, and that's no end plate for the Ferrari driver. He's done that in the sprint, and he's done that again in the main race. So, not working for Panda at the moment. Johan, so that's not too good for the Ferrari. Ferrari's not looking good tonight. Boinky's in 17th on 1 lap old hard, so he's pitted, so he's not going to pit again, and he's probably hoping for a safety car to bring the pack back together, but not good for Ferrari at the moment. Arno, with that big spin that he had through Eau Rouge, the 360 he did, he's all the way in 12th, and I tell you what, the softs probably took a pounding because of that. And just further up, Zardi and Imi, the 2 Aston Martin drivers, line astern, chasing after Nick Gishin, all of them on the soft tyres. And yeah, Gatua, Leby, Dean Fergie holding their own on the hards, 5 laps all hards. So they're doing a pretty good job there, not letting the guys get too far away from them. But I tell you what, a mega gap between Shakes and Bob, who's in front, to Shane, almost 4.1 seconds. Yeah.
I just want to point you in the battle a bit more front. Super D and Shane with Distinct Deke on the rear. Distinct Deke also going for a move a little bit onto the grass. Sticks it around the outside.
Ooh.
Leaves just enough space through that
I tell you what, that was good driving by Shane. The fact that Shane didn't spin out there, hats off to Shane.
Yeah, that's
really,
a very bad corner to be put upon.
Yeah, so yeah, he did a really good job there. But Stupidly's struggling at this stage of the race. I'm not sure if he's got any damage. You don't want to run wide, Shane, and as I'll say that, he picks up his first 3-second time penalty. Super D clean at this stage, but tyre temps could be a problem at the moment. So it is lap 6 of 22. I'm just going to get some coffee going here. I'm going to stick with this battle, Honker, if you want to talk the guys through.
Not a problem. I think we'll have some fun with these 3.
Yeah,
we'll
you do that.
See another triple overtake or double overtake down the next DRS straight. The straight is so long, and you build up so much speed out of Eau Rouge and Radion that you just like a rocket ship down that straight, reaching at least 330, 340 kilometers an hour with ERS and DRS down that straight. As we come through the bus stop chicane. Nice little drone shot of it. To be creating a nice little gap for him. Shaney might have the move here on Shane. I mean, Shaney might have the move here on Distinct Deke. Shane really close. Only 2 tenths separating him. Distinct Deke also creeping all closer and closer to Super D. We might see another double overtake happening. Distinct Deke putting it down on the inside. Shaney doesn't have any space. Ooh, and Super D just stays ahead. This is great driving between these 3 drivers, not touching each other. And yes, Jason, I do put it inside or in the wall. But we'll see what happens at Spa. The wall's a bit further away. And yeah, Panda not having the best time of his life during this race at Spa. Negation also struggling to catch this back, these 3 that we're on right now. Only being able to build up a 10. That could be the tire drop off now. So I was just chatting about Nick here. Nick not really closing that gap and just staying out of the DRS range the whole time. I think this is maybe the drop off point where the mediums is taking over in pace and softs is just dropping off.
It could be, but also it's one of those tracks that if the 2 cars in front of you keep on switching DRS, he will just not catch them. There's no way. I mean, DRS on the straight, on the Camel straight, that's probably worth half a tenth every lap. So you're going to have to burn a huge amount of engine recovery to catch up with those guys. So yeah, if you fall out of DRS here in Spa, that's unfortunate. It is a track that you can overtake. We've seen mega overtakes tonight, but yeah, if you are out of it, yeah, then you're in a bit of trouble. Currently, the hard runners, Couture Levy and Dean Fergie, not looking too bad. Let's just have a look at how far they are behind the leader. So currently, they are Dean Fergie and Couture Levy is 13 seconds behind the leader.
Ooh, so we see another double overtake on Super D this time around.
Hello there.
Deke in the podium position now. Shane following super close, and then Super D in 5th.
Tell you what, Bob with the fastest lap so far. Shake's holding his own in front.
Yeah,
but
the two front runners really pulling a gap already. And but I think that gap is coming down.
Yeah, it is.
So slightly.
It was what, 3.94. It's now down to 3.6. So yeah, it is coming down slowly. But the softs holding up really nicely here so far. If it is a new pair of softs. Yeah, distinct Deke, obviously with that 3-second time penalty, the same as Shane. And if it stays this close, they will be jumped by Super D. And if Nick Ishin can get a little bit closer, he can probably jump them as well. So 2 places to gain for those guys. Further down the field, I just want to see Boinkies getting very close to Cyber here. That's the battle at the back of the pack slightly for Boinkies. Remember, he is on 4-lap Old Hearts. He probably doesn't have to pit again. He can probably go to the end. Stay out as long as possible. Hope for a safety car. If there is, it's all about track position. And as I say that, Bob jumps into the pits, so does Nick.
Bob getting a new pair of mediums.
Yep.
So he is going for the undercut on Shakes. I think that's the only way he's going to get ahead of him.
Nick also a brand new set of mediums, so he's pulled the plug as well in terms of trying to get that undercut with Distinct Deke and Shane and Super D in front of him. But yeah, that would be what? 13 laps on the mediums, which is definitely doable. But the guys at the mediums, if they can stay out quite long, they might just come out on the softs, which is going to be extremely fast. Oh, and this is a big battle here again. Deke, Zardi, and Super D, these guys are not letting it go. As Shane makes the overtake on Super D and Deke all over them. So this is a great battle for third. Tell you what.
Yep, this was another double overtake on Deke this time around.
You're going to get a lot of overtakes of the week tonight.
Yeah, sorry for being a bit late on the overtake of the week. I have a surprise coming up for the next 2. I need everybody to go and vote for their favorite out of 2.
Okay, well done there. Great stuff. I couldn't post anything because I didn't overtake anyone really. What a wanker race it was.
Yeah, same, yeah. I was just so far.
Oh yeah, we're not going to talk about your race. I was so excited for you and then you mess it up and I was like, okay. my fifth is going to have to do, or fourth or whatever it was.
Yeah, we'll make up for it this time around.
No, I know.
No practice, but I'll wing it and I'll grab your setup from you.
Oh, big touch there from Deke into Super. Oh, I share my setup with my teammate any day. And that is that Shakes into the pits? Yes, it is. So let's see where he comes out. Let's just see, Anko, if you can have a look and see where Bob is.
Bob just going past him in the main straight. So Bob is past Shakes here.
Yeah, there we go. The undercut working wonders for Bob. There we. Well, we say just
2 seconds,
but it's almost 2 seconds. So what a lap by
so
Bob.
That was 4-second gain on Shakes.
Did he maybe take too much out of those mediums at the beginning? Yep. So,
I think he was clever. He made it work for him. That keeps Shakes out of the DRS range, so that's keeping him safe for a bit.
I also tell you what, that brought
pace.
Nick very close to Shakes, because Nick was quite far away from Shakes, and Nick is only 6 seconds behind Shakes at the moment. So that's also good for Nick. He will definitely jump Dean Fergie, because Dean still probably needs to pit. And if he doesn't, he's just going to be a sitting duck eventually with Nick on these new mediums. And you can already see he's gaining meter by meter on the McLaren driver. Yeah, it's now a question of when does the front runners on the mediums pit. Still Super D, Shane, Deke that needs to pit. Don't expect Couture Levy in. I think he might just... Well, no, because Couture Levy hasn't pitted, has he? Maybe you could
No,
just check
Couture
for
Levy
us on
haven't.
your race director and see if Couture Levy and Dean has pitted already.
I don't think they have. Let me just double check for us. Bob also getting very close to, or overtaking the horse of Couture Levy here. Oh, just struggling. He's fighting it with all he's got.
Yeah, he's going to get superior grip into you. Yeah, outbrakes him. Yeah, there we go. Just more grip. And there we go. Couture Levy into the pits. Yeah, into the pits for him. So he's going to be jumped by Nick. He's going to fall back to the pack again. So
I
as
think Diki also putting from the medium already. It's a bit early, I think. Oh, he's going for the hard. That will definitely carry him through.
Yeah, no, that will carry him through. He can push really from lap 1. Those hards are very durable around here. As Couture Levy goes for the medium. So Nick has jumped a couple of places, getting on those mediums nice and early. So he jumps Dean Fergie, jumps Distinct Diki. Yeah, if he carries on like this, depending on what Shane and Super D, so watch out for this. I still think that Shane and Super D is going to hang this out probably to about lap 13, jump on those socks and just absolutely hammer every lap as a hot lap. And we'll see how quickly they can catch up, because 4-5 lap old mediums versus brand new softs, depending on what tire strategy they picked, Hanku, because it was a sprint race, so you must be very careful around how you use your tires. Maybe give up grid position for better race endurance tires. But yeah, they still need to pit, so let's have a look.
Yeah, only time will tell, see how they tumble down the order again and have to fight their way back up the chain of command.
Yeah, but at this stage it is Bob with a provisional front, with Shakes in second, and it will be Nick probably in third after Shane and Super D pits, because the pit stop around here, I'm not sure how long a pit stop is, Hanku.
21 seconds, I think.
21 seconds, alright then.
That was in the real life, I assume it will
so I
follow
sniffed,
us as well.
I sniffed my coffee, and I'm actually just going to make it, so I'll be back.
He sniffed it, he didn't make it, he sniffed it. So another thing to mention, Shaney with still that 3-second penalty in front, so that's really going to hurt him at the end, with Super D following so close to him. Negation also not really making up that amount of time to Shakes. Is Negation just saving some tires a bit and then going for...
Well, I practice a lot with Nick when I do get the time, and Nick doesn't save tires. There's no.
every lap's a quali lap.
No, every lap for Nick is a flyer. So I tell you what, there's no time management there.
And Couture Levy getting past Smith's Django. A little bit back in the horse for 9th position here. And Dean Fergie still the only driver left to pit. He's on 11 lap old hards. Those can carry him still a bit.
Yeah, as Arno also further down the field, Honku, he just got past Imi Alonso. As Negation gets a 3-second time penalty, no way. So that's Arno up into 11th. So that is his point scoring position for him. 7 seconds behind Smirch Django. Smirch does not need to pit again, so he can stay out. There's a yellow sector, and that looks like it was an Aston, but he's recovered nicely, so that looks to be like Imi. Yeah, Imi lost a lot of time there, had a moment, just got overtaken by Arno, and I 7 seconds behind Arno, so a bit of a moment there for... So what looked to be good for Aston Martin at the moment does not look so sexy, down into 12th, and Zadi in 7th. So when does Super D and Shane pull the trigger? So let's get back on Shane here. He's lining him up through a Rouge.
Super close.
Yeah, no, look, he's gonna get DRS here. That's an overtake done. Come on, Shane, get in there.
There's no point in fighting it.
No, you can't find that. That's the inevitable. You can just try to stick with him during the lap.
And Bob also really creeping up on these front two. Only 3 seconds away, basically. And those new mediums is just working so well in his favor. Shake's also not in the DRS range yet. Nick Geeshan's just got passed by Distinct DK as well on the main straight, or on the back straight. Will Bob be in DRS range at the end of this lap? Because he's really picking up the pace. Hopefully he doesn't pull a 0 on himself and then bottles it 3 laps to go. I mean 3 corners to go.
Let's not go there.
I think that'll be what we'll be describing it if you bottle anything that close to the end.
Yeah, no, you just absolutely canned it. I can't believe it.
Jason
Anyway, what is
saying...
no, I was just thinking, what is YouTube saying?
So Jason Enwick saying someone was a Mazepin on you last week.
I tell you what, we were in a chat party, me and my teammate Zero, and I was so excited for him. I had a really horrible race, playing bumper cars with everyone. And yeah, it was so good to see an Aston probably winning a race again after Austria, the first race. And then he bins it. And I was like, what are you doing? Oh, man.
We'll get a win tomorrow.
Oh, my word.
Either me or you.
Zero. Don't jinx the bottle, yeah. It's been also a very busy week for me, so it's going to be...
And Shane pulled the trigger, so he's going to get... Ooh, he's getting holed up in the pits. Never mind, that was just my screen glitching. Thank you, EA.
Don't blame EA.
Standing with
Don't
a tire
blame
in his
EA
hand.
for your box TV. Ooh, yeah, I tell you what, that was very close to the pit limit line on the outside. And he's very lucky not getting a penalty. Did he get a penalty for that? No, he didn't. But that was
he
mega
had a 3
close.
second penalty
Okay,
from
well that
before,
was mega close. So he goes onto the soft, so yeah, we're going to have to watch and see what Shane can do, because he was effectively in a P2 position, P2 position with Super D and stuff. So if he plays it, I tell you what, he's definitely going to undercut Super D, most definitely. These softs are going to be mega around this lap, and Super D is going to fight Bob and Shakes. So let's see what Shane, Shane was probably a P3, not P2. And he gets another 3 second time penalty.
Ooh, that's really going to hurt him at the end.
Yeah, so further up front, safety car. Who's that? Who's binned it? That looks like a Ferrari. That's Boinkies.
Plays into Super D's hands like nothing before, and this ruins Shane's whole race. Not ruins it, but if Shane just stuck it out one more lap, he would have gotten the safety car.
Yeah.
I think he's kicking himself at this moment.
Yeah, but that's the kind of stuff that you do not know. You can't plan this. So what do the guys do? So Super D, big favor for him. He can slap on those softs.
And 3 seconds for Super D. Hey, under the safety car.
My word. That's why there's a delta.
Ooh, Bob and Shakes also pitting right behind Super D.
I tell you what,
going back onto the softs.
Anyone who doesn't go onto softs now is screwed. The softs is going to be absolutely mega. Hopefully you got a new pair of softs, or not a badly pair of worn softs.
Distinct Diki pitting, Negation pitting, Zari pitting, Shane sticking it out on
drive
this
through for
Wezo
as he enters the pits. That's speeding under the safety car. So
the only question is, where's Shane gonna end up going? I think he's in third, maybe fourth.
Yeah, fourth. He's probably going to come out in fifth or sixth with
so
Nick
it's the
also.
Same battle up in front at the moment then.
Yeah,
like
Nick.
Ooh,
What happened? No. Did you see that?
I saw the aftermath.
Okay, so I'm not sure what happened there. That's going to be a Stewart's one. But Shakes was going like a Boeing. It was almost like he didn't realize there was a safety car in front. And Bob just holding his own behind the safety car, and he just went bonk into Bob. So that was strange. I do not know what happened there.
I have a question: is there damage on Bob's rear wing?
Well, look, you can't see from this angle.
We'll see if he gets DRS or not. I think that will be the main thing, because without that back wing, this track.
Look, I tell you what, I had underfloor damage last week, and I tell you what, there was just nothing. There was just no rear end grip. And in Hungary, if you don't have rear grip, you got nothing. So weird. I've never seen anyone do that. So we're gonna have to wait for his footage if he does decide to protest. But everyone was slow on the main straight, following the safety car, and he just came around and just, it's like he didn't realize.
Well, we'll wait for the footage to say.
Yeah, but that's painful for Shakes, because I tell you what, that was definitely a race win for him. So, oh my man.
Yeah, I was really showing some pace.
Maybe have a
Shane
look
also
on
in the comments.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe have a look at YouTube, because he's probably going to tell us what happened there.
Yeah, Shane. I mean, Shakes. Let us know there what happened. What's the real story behind the story? We're just speculating. Currently, you just said, "Come on now."
Okay, so from me on board, just on the car behind him, or the car in front of him, he just came past everyone on a flyer and just went straight into Bob. So that's what I saw. It was just a glimpse. So yeah, keep it clean, Shakes. If you do tell us what happened, leave it up to the stewards. But I've never seen anything like that. It's almost like he was unaware of the safety car in front of him. But yeah, that shakes things up. So let's just have a look, Hanko, at penalties, because we are still on the safety car. So 3 seconds Super D, 5 seconds Bob, Shane 6, Distinct Deaky 3, Nick 3. If they, I mean, yeah, okay, there's about 6-7 laps to go. If it was less laps than that, you know, Zari can win this from really nowhere.
Just to mention, Bob's 5 second came from the Shakes.
Okay, alright. So that was the bump which he got penalised for, so that will be taken away from him if he's got the footage. So you still need to have footage.
Depending on who was in the wrong, we don't know.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, I'm just calling it as I saw it, and not saying that I'm right.
And it's not the final decision for anybody out there.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's why we've got driver stewards. They can have a look at the footage. It's important to have footage. So we're doing really awesome on time here. The cut-off time for the race tonight is at 10, so we're very worried about Eskom switching me off, you know, way before 10. So we are good with time at the moment. That's why we started slightly earlier tonight, because of the sprint and the full race.
If you don't mind, I'm quickly just going to get me something to drink.
Yes, please. You go do that.
Thanks.
Right, so safety car should be in this lap. We're going to have a look at it and see if it does. Right, so Jason is saying this is going to be busy. It's not like you do anything, Jason. You do nothing. Stop complaining about that. Alright, so let's just go through the comments here while we wait for the safety car. Brian saying a Cyber's hammer time. Yeah.
We've been through all the comments.
Jason is saying morsig, like always. Someone was a Mazda spin on Avi last week. Yeah, I tell you what, I got really, it felt like a gangbang. I really got bumped from everywhere. Left, right, center, front, rear, which don't quite fancy. That was just, no, I tell you what, it was morsig. Last week was just morsig, and definitely one of my favorite tracks is Hungary.
Sometimes the safest road's the gravel one.
It's going to be painful. It was painful. Alright, so safety car should be in this lap. So we've got, what, effectively 4 laps to go. So we'll definitely have DRS on the last 2 laps. Is the safety car going in?
Not in yet.
Well, let's have a look. No, lights are still on. So nothing happening yet. I think they're waiting for Royal to catch up. Now, let's just see how far Royal is behind. And Royal is ghosting. So the AI is set to 0. That's to prevent people from being numpties.
And that doesn't mean my level of driving.
Well, after you binning last week.
Might as well.
Yeah, you owe the team a win. Come on, Aston Martin needs some kind of points from you. Anyway.
Yeah, I haven't.
You need to start delivering. I tell you what, I'm going to be Mike Crack, and I'm going to put something up your crack. You need to start performing, young man. I will replace you.
No, it's not AlphaTauri, we're in Aston Martin.
I will replace you.
Pay me the money first.
Alright, so you get paid money for delivering. not for promises or expectations, to delivering. Right, so everyone is caught up, including the 0% AI of Royal Viking. So Hunk could just make a note that he is not part of the race. So whatever happens in front of him, he will not score points tonight. Unless he's just taking a smoke or a breather. I'm not sure if he does smoke. Could be. I normally use these situations to enjoy myself slightly. With a cigarette, obviously. Right, let's just look at teams here quickly. So Mercedes is leading the World Championship. Bob is in second. Josh not part of. So all Josh's penalties, I think it's a 3-second or 3-place penalty. No, he served that last week. Sorry, in Hungary. So he served that already. Right, so let's just have a look. So you've got a Mercedes in second. The two Haas is doing well, first and seventh. And we're not done yet. The two McLarens third and eighth, which is great for them. One Williams in the points. Then the two Red Bulls also scoring points, fifth and 10th. I think they would like to have a slightly better. Aston Martin 6th and 11th. And then one Sol Ferrari in Panda in 12th.
Yep. Jason Enwick saying he's going to be driving in lean mode tomorrow. I don't believe any word that you just wrote there.
I'm not sure what lean is he talking about. Yeah, no, yeah, he's just more so. He's got nothing to do. He talks too much with me during the day at work. Jason's really got nothing to do. Jason, get a job.
Hey, safety cars in this lap.
Yay for safety cars. Yay, there we go. So this is going to be feisty. So Bob's penalty should be reversed.
I think Deke almost going into the rear of Shane. Just keeping that car on track.
Right, so I'm going to get with him on board because I want to see what the restart looks like. But yeah, just looking at penalties, if there is footage available, Bob will get his penalty back, depending on Stewart's, obviously, and if Shakes does protest. But at this stage, the penalty stands. Yep, so looking pretty for Zadi, looking pretty for Couture Levy and for Dean Fergie. And I tell you what, a mega drive by Dean. Just give a shout out to him in the McLaren. He's kept it clean, kept his nose clean. Yes, the safety car bunched everyone up as Super D pulls the trigger already. You can't pull the... Ooh, be careful there, Deke. Easy there, Tiger. Alright, here we go. And you don't want to bin it around the last corner being too anxious. There we go. We're racing again. Nick losing a lot of time to Deke. I'm not sure if they caught him napping there, but lost a lot of time there. And
he also pulling the trigger quite good, catching Bob napping a bit. Bob only 8 tenths behind Super D.
Yeah, look, I tell you what, a good race restart there by Super D. No funny business. And there we go, Deke all over the back of Shane. And here we go. Yes, now it is who's got the less swing and who's willing to burn the most ERS.
Side by side.
Ooh,
touch contact. He goes wide.
Ooh. He's going to have to give that position back.
And this is just bringing Nick back into play as well. And Shane sticks ahead.
Right, so that was the moment. I think that was Dean. Oh, as I say, Dean is having such a good race. He bins it. And all the way down into 13. So he'll definitely catch Royal Viking. And even if he does not, he will still get 12. But, yeah, commentator's curse again.
So this has really opened up the gap for Super D and Bob with all this fighting happening behind. So Super D's penalty already, he's out of the penalty range. He will lose his position to Bob though, if Bob gets his penalty removed. But,
yeah, well,
I
mean,
safe in
let's have a look. Let's not make decisions for the stewards. So let's see what these penalties, what stands and who's got footage and who doesn't. But I tell you what, Deke and Shane looking very fast at the moment with Nick following very closely. Deke surely is going to throw it around the inside or outside somewhere here.
Ooh, and Dean...
Is that going to be a safety car? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I tell you what, that was a big accident. I saw it on the bottom of my screen. He went quite quickly around there and then just binned it. I think the tires were just too hot. So, yeah, we're back to square one again. This would be, what, 2 laps under the safety car? Probably 1. Depending on how quickly... It looks like everyone is quite close. So, I see someone's in the pit. So, Panda's in the pits. He's going to get rid of his hearts. He's going to go softs. There we go. So, Panda will jump Royal Viking purely because he's not part of the race. He's going to be on brand new softs versus Emi. This might get feisty. So yeah, just to recap for you, so we've lost Tolman Kills, we've lost Simon, we've lost Poinkies, lost Wezo, Shakes, very strange, not sure what happened there, and then we've just lost Dean Fergie, he's our latest victim here in Spa. And I tell you what, they say these cars have got a lot of downforce and the cars are planted. It does not seem like it. Depending on how much wing you run. Once again, you can go into Spa and carry no wing. I tell you what, you're going to be mega on the straights, but you still need to go around the corner. And there's plenty of them around here. And also a lot of high-speed corners like Silverstone. So it's not like you can carry no wing.
Yep, definitely. And I also just want to mention, it's not just all about that aero package. It's also about the soap you're driving on, because those tires can really become slip and slide across some of these corners. Doesn't matter the amount of wing you have, you can bin this car into a wall very easily.
I've done that, so not very difficult.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Got the t-shirt a couple of times.
Yeah, no, true. Hungry. 2023 season 11. Yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking about Division 2, yeah, so you can catch Division 2 tomorrow night and check out if Jason J-Boy can keep his lead in the championship. He's got a healthy lead at the moment. Over, I think it's myself, followed closely by Sakri and also Brian Lee Johnson. So it's very close on top there in Division 2. So no one running away with it yet. Safety car still on track. So that is quite close.
Waiting for the pack still.
Aston Martin, I think, is currently in 4th in the constructors because purely my teammate doesn't score any points. Yeah, we're going to have a team. I tell you what, this is halfway of the season. I tell you what, if you do not perform, I will replace you. I will put an ad out on Discord and ask, does anyone want to drive for the green machine?
Go
John Deere.
Australian driver.
Please, just not J-Boy, because J-Boy will never let me sleep. He will just let me play F1. J-Boy, I play other games too. I just don't play F1 all the time. Don't be my teammate, ever. No, I'm just messing.
I can say since Warzone 2, I've only been playing F1.
Yeah, we can see that last week. Well done. So, yeah, after this, we are heading off. Don't you just want to grab the calendar there, Hanku, and just check what's up next?
Okay.
I think after this, we are heading towards
Canada, mate.
Canada. Right, that's going to be funky. Because I believe, isn't Canada one of our dynamic weather races this season?
That is correct.
Okay, so be prepared for safety car spins. We might just get our first red flag in FTR. We haven't had one. So yep, some
excited.
Good behavior. It's probably going to be me bringing out the red flag. What the fudge? But yeah, Canada up next. That will be next week as we head off to Montreal for round 6. Halfway through the season tonight. Safety car should be in now.
And we won't be going on a summer break like the real F1. We back at it next week. There's no rest.
Yeah, so we're trying to fit all the tracks in. So we'll probably do, I think it's Canada. And then we'll do another 2 tracks during the summer break. And then we'll catch up again with summer break in Zandvoort when they do Zandvoort. So I think what we've got, Canada, probably Australia.
That's correct. Also a dynamic race.
Yeah, very also dynamic. So 2 dynamic races. What is just after Canada? Is that Australia?
Miami. Sorry, Canada, then Australia, and then Miami, which will be our next sprint race as well.
Yeah, so 2 dynamics and 1 sprint, and then we're back to the normal calendar with Zandvoort with the rest of the drivers. Yeah, it's going to be a tricky...
Last but not least in the calendar, Monza, also a dynamic race. Not as difficult as the rest of the dynamic races. Some rain in Monza is not too bad.
I'm not so sure. If you go through, what is it, Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2, that can be tricky as numpties, eh? Right, so once again, Super D pulling the trigger nice and early. Yeah, he just likes to do that because it just gives him, he's heated up his tires obviously, and I tell you what, Shane looking very pretty behind Barbie. He's got a really good race start, so I'm going to stick with him slightly and see what the rest of the pack does. Nick getting close to DK as well.
Super D catching Bob, you're sleeping again. 7/10 going around turn 1.
Yep.
So that's a lot of slipstream that Bob's going to be losing out on, and Shane will just be gaining behind him.
Right, so also Zari being caught napping there. He's under pressure from Couture, Leby and Smirch Django.
And then throw away the stick Deke on the gearbox of Shane here down the main straight.
I tell you what, he's got such a good race. I tell you what, I'm so impressed by him. Also, yes, it was a DNF by Fergie, but up until then it was a really good race by Dean. And yeah, Deke just, I tell you what, this Williams just looks so slippery. If he can just get past these guys, if he can get past Shane, I tell you what, Bob's going to be under pressure because he really looks fast. He's looking at any opportunity to get past Shane at this stage.
This thing Deke is really on top of Shane here. It's 1/10, 2/10 the whole time. I'm biting my nails.
Oh, big snap there for him though. And yeah, Nick is sticking with him. Nick has got a very good sector 2 there that make him catch up. So this is the penultimate lap of Spa.
Yeah,
so
one
he's
more
got
lap to go.
yeah, one more lap to go. So you can start burning as much ERS as you want, and try to see if you can get that position. Emmy out of the race, and he's binned it where? Is that around?
Just coming into sector 3.
Is that the corner of no name? I think it is. Yes, it is. So he's. Please don't tell us that's going to be so. That's just a yellow in that sector, so it's not going to hinder the racing. Katua Leby. Oh, big moment. Katua Leby. Not. I tell you what. Was that Smurds?
And Distinct Diki also going super wide into turn 1. Distinct Diki and Nick Kishan. What a catch.
I tell you what, that was a really good catch. Is Zodi going to be able to get past? Oh. No. But that does promote Nick to 4th. I tell you what, you do not want to be around Spa apparently on worn tires through Eau Rouge, because we've seen Arno doing a 360, we've seen Super D, we've seen, or not Super D, we've seen Diki, we've seen Boinkies having a moment there. Ooh, and another big moment by Diki. I tell you what, he's on the limit. Yeah, those tires are goners. So, yeah, Zari looking pretty here. If none of these penalties are going to be reversed, if there's nothing to complain about, I tell you what, Zari's probably going to move up. What? He can probably catch... he probably won't get 4th. He might just get 4th. 3rd might be a little bit out of the way. Another 3 seconds for Distinct Diki. Yeah, that's definitely going to be him for the race. But yeah, let's just get to the front here, because I do believe that Super D, depending on what happens with Bob in terms of asking for his penalty back, but it is going to be an on-track win for Super D in the Haas. He's due a win. There we go. Well done, Dominique. And that is a win. Is Shane going to make a dive? No, he's not. It's Bob in second. Shane, well, things are going to change around, but...
Saudi in second, Nick in third.
And there we go. Everyone's just having a good time here. I tell you what. We're going to have to look at the results after this, because things change so quickly. But yep, expect some penalties to be reversed. But driver of the day, Nick Gishin, yeah, he came from 12th on the grid because of his horrible sprint, and he ends up on 2nd on paper, I think. Third. Yeah, but that might not stick depending on who's wants penalties back. I see 60 comments just pop up on the screen, so well done to everyone. But there we go. It is... check that poses, my word.
With the South African flag.
With the South African flag. Hello, Brad Binder. Alright, so it is, once again, 3 different constructors on the podium. It is the Alpha, or the Haas. It is the Red Bull of Nick. And I believe that is that Imi? In the Aston?
That's Audi.
That's Audi. There we go.
That's Audi.
Right, so well done to everyone. So let's just have a look at your final standings. This is the provisional standings, pending a stewards report, and believe me, there will be a stewards report probably tonight, or at least a race control that's being busy for J-Boy, because he's got nothing to do. So let's just wait for the counter to count down, and I can take you through the final standings. Or, you know what, Hanku? You can take everyone through the final standings.
Will do. And just to keep in mind, so Bob might get his 5-second removed, so that might promote him into first, but we'll see after the stewards report comes out, and my game just went straight on out of the lobby. I can't see the results.
It's the same with me. That's going to be difficult to do.
But from the top of my head, it was Super D in first, Zadi in second, Nigishin in third, Bob in fourth, and Shaney in fifth, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, it also didn't give me the main screen. I'm not sure why. That's weird. It's probably because it was a sprint race. I just want to get out of this lobby. I don't want to race now. But yeah, so it's a provisional win for Super D, followed by Zadi, and with Nikishin on the last step of the podium. So great drive by everyone. Everyone, thank you very much for tuning in and keeping me and Hanku company. We made it before the cut-off time, actually an hour, so we could have started normal time. We would have made it comfortably. But yeah, if you have load shedding at 10, switch off. and have a warmish night. Switch your electric blanket on now, because you're not going to have time to do it later. But you can catch me and Hanku. You can catch Hanku again bidding it. No, Hanku's not going to bid it tomorrow night. So
we hope.
no, we know. So you can catch Division 2 tomorrow. I think it will be Atmar in the comms tomorrow night for Division 2. And that will also be a sprint race for them before we head off to Canada. From my side, Avi, thank you.
Before we leave, I've got the standings just for the last time around. So Super D in first.
How did you get that?
On YouTube. Okay,
Well
I'm
done.
looking at the stream.
All right then.
So Super D in first, Zadi following close by in second place, Nigishin in third, Bob in fourth. Remember, Bob might move up back into first place, getting his 5 seconds removed. Smirts Django in fifth, Shaney in sixth, Adnu Ghoos, what a recovery as well in seventh, Distinct Diki in eighth, just after that big moment on the last lap, unfortunate. Sergeant Panda, also not the best of races, in ninth, Ratu Libby in 10th. Royal Viking, we believe, has DC'd, but he came in 11th under AI.
Yeah, there we go. So it will be 10 points scoring drivers. But yeah, from my side, from Abby, and from Zero next to me, we're going to catch you guys again next week as we head off to Canada for, I think it's dynamic weather. So get your brawlies, get your umbrellas. It's going to be a funky one. But before we get there, join Division 2 tomorrow night and give Atma all the support on YouTube. Let's see if we can get 100 comments per race. That would be awesome. And then, we will catch you. Me and Hanku will catch you next week. From my side, all the best. Hanku, thanks for joining. See you next week. Ciao, ciao.